I've always considered Portland to be a city of gardens. When you look at the landscape of the city and the breadth and depth and diversity of the different kinds of public gardens alone that we have here, it's really quite remarkable. Whether it's the Rose Garden, the Lan Su Garden, the Hoyt Arboretum, we have these world-class gardens that are known everywhere, and they were built by the community, for the community. And you drive around Portland neighborhoods, and what do you see? You see these amazing gardens that people put their heart and their soul into, that they tend to every single day. We are a caring, nurturing community, and that is represented in the landscape that we have built and that we've chosen to live in.
Portland Parks Foundation believes this landscape of public gardens makes Portland a city of gardens, and we're celebrating this with an official proclamation that henceforth Portland be called a City of Gardens, and June will be City of Gardens Month. Of course, cultivation and stewardship of our fertile landscape began with indigenous peoples who lived on and cared for these lands long before there was a Portland. Their stewardship continues in the form of indigenous landscape restorations like the Native Gathering Garden at Cully Park and the Oak Savanna Project at PSU. But as the city developed, so did an extraordinary collection of public gardens cultivated from community passions, from the International Rose Test Garden to neighborhood gems like Dunaway Lilac Garden or Tanner Springs Park, an artificial wetland in the city center rich with native blooms and pollinators. Or take Leach Botanical Garden in outer East Portland. It was started by John and Lilla Leach, a pharmacist and a botanist 90 years ago on a former pig farm next to Johnson Creek.
Johnson Creek had been heavily logged, and so it was quite an open space and an environmentally probably damaged place. When we look at it now, to me, it's an incredible ray of hope.
Public gardens in an area of climate change are really here to showcase plants, natural plants in their natural environments that are being threatened, that are going away. There are many plants from around the world that'll do just fine in our temperate climate, and so we can help by preserving those plants and putting them on display as part of an educational effort for people. People have to know about plants and understand what it takes for them to thrive in order to be lifelong stewards of conservation and the environment.
Each of our public gardens has a story, and each offers richly layered experiences. Consider Lan Su, our Chinese garden. It began as a cultural exchange between Portland and Suzhou, China, another place known as the City of Gardens.
I do think that that is somewhat unique amongst the gardens in our city. The fact that we are one square block in the middle of the city, and you come inside of our walls and it is just this amazing immersive experience. We're also really focused on engaging visitors in educating people about a richly authentic Chinese culture.
Several years ago, a friend of mine told me he was going to go into, bypass surgery, quadruple surgery, He was really worried about his life, and stuff, whether he can survive through it. And the day before his surgery, he came over here, he said, I feel so calm. So that really kind of like, wow, this God really have a sense of, his purpose.
Lest we forget, we sit in the Willamette Valley, where thousands of nurseries grow Oregon's second largest agricultural export, beautiful plants and trees for gardens across the world. In the valley's heart, just a short drive away, we can enjoy historic gardens like the Lord and Shriver Conservancy or the Deepwood Museum. And where else but Portland would there be surprises like the McMenamins brothers Kennedy School in Edgefield, where you can enjoy a brew and a burger enveloped by amazing gardens of native plants.
One of the other, I think, great elements of the public gardens in Portland that is unique from other public gardens around the country is that we understand the ability of these gardens to be able to teach and share different cultures with different people. So it's not just about the beautiful plants. It's not about the landscape, but it's about understanding each other. It's about mutual understanding. When you look at the Lan Su Garden, when you look at the Japanese garden, these were born out of a desire to understand each other as Americans, as Chinese, as Japanese, and come together as human beings. They're gardens of humanity.
Portland Parks Foundation is proud to welcome you to Portland, the City of Gardens.